Again, welcome everybody to this special webinar presentation. My name is Russ Cowley, Director of Sales for North America with Rain International, and I'm pleased to be able to have created this platform so that we can just take a few minutes really to discuss some of our documents with respect to the science of our products and even more specifically soul and core. But before I really jump into that, I just want to set a few expectations as far as the objective to this presentation. Now, one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this is because I'm not a doctor. I don't have any medical background other than my passion and my drive to learn more about nutrition to better my situation, my life, my family's, and of course then have that knowledge in this particular role that I have at Rain International to speak more intelligently about our products and, again, what makes them so significant to you, to others that know and to others that don't know, and how we get to create an impact with seed nutrition. So, again, this evening I'm going to discuss these in a layman's approach and just go over some of the highlights with, again, respect to these continues to impress documents. The real hope and drive is that you, too, will realize that you don't have to know everything. You don't have to feel like you're the foremost expert on seed nutrition, but rather build a little bit more confidence, build that belief, because that's where we see people performing to, is their belief level. Not necessarily their knowledge or whatnot, but if you believe greatly, you will perform greatly. So understand this as well. There is a tremendous amount of science with respect to seeds and seed nutrition. I'm going to hit on this just a little bit as we get into this presentation, but really before we get too deep is I want to give you a couple of resources as to finding these documents. If you've yet to do so, if you're new, or if you just need a little reminder, you can go into our training site, which is training.rainintl.com, click over on the downloads section, and then here, you'll see down on the bottom, the soul continues to impress and core continues to impress. These, again, are the studies on soul, our formulation, and on core, our formulation, which, again, adds a tremendous amount of credibility to, again, the effectiveness of our products. Now, as I said before, there is a tremendous amount of science behind seeds. We can go and we can research until our heart's desire. And I know that there's people out there, doctors, physicians, naturopaths, chiropractors, you name it, that are part of Rain International that know this inside and out. That the science of seeds is a knowledge that if we can just glimmer a little bit, just glean some off, we're going to start to be able to demonstrate to the masses, even more so, the significance of, again, seed nutrition, seed science. But when we're talking about these two decks of products right now, I just want to go and demonstrate that, for example, if you went to pubmed.gov, many of you have, if you haven't, you can go to that particular government site. It is a resource in which you can type in pretty much any type of natural product, even some pharmaceuticals, but certainly seeds and natural products. And if you typed in black cumin, you're going to find there's 907 peer-reviewed studies on black cumin. If you did milk thistle, again, within core, 733 studies. Cranberry, 1,203 studies. If you looked at the black raspberry, 190 studies. And then the grape seed, 1,860 studies peer-reviewed. So the fact is that the science on seeds is well substantiated. The proof is definitely in the pudding, and really, we're not putting seed science on trial here. All we're doing is, again, gleaning information that we can, again, elevate our belief to go out there and really share what we have here at Rain International. So again, just to set the tone, set the stage, there is going to be a tremendous amount of research that is yet to come. We've already partnered with several renowned seed scientists such as Lucy Yu, and we'll also be having several professors and doctors that associate with several universities across the United States that are also going to be visible with RAIN International. One of the big aspects you're going to see and be introduced to that, of course, is our World Seed Summit coming up in exactly 3 months from today. So be sure, again, to continue to plug in. But again, for the purpose of this presentation night, let's just jump in and start to understand the basis of what these presentations and what our science is all about. So first and foremost, I really want to make sure that we get and understand what our cell-based assays are all about. Now, many of these slides that are up and coming are simply screenshots of that document in which I gave you a resource to. So without reading it all line by line, I'll let you do that, but let's just cover a couple of basics. First of all, cell-based assays are analytical tests that have been the bedrock of preclinical biomedical research for decades. They provide a crucial role in establishing the direction of clinical investigation. These cell-based assays provide two primary types of information. First, they reveal the absorption of a substance into a cell, and second, they measure the degree of the action of that substance related to a specific outcome, such as, again, reduction of oxidative damage or inflammation. These cell-based assays are a measure of an effect, how those substances behave in a cellular environment. So when we talk about SOL specifically, there's these 3 studies, these 3 assays that we engaged with Brunswick Laboratories, who is a foremost research facility, partnered with them through David Bell, who's on our advisory board, and associated with, again, their chief science officer, Dr. Genji, out there, who has been an absolute champion for the source of nutrition, again, seeds. So these studies that we looked at, again, we looked at anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, and, of course, the anti-oxidative stress as well. So let's go in and talk just again about the anti-inflammatory assay that was done. What is so significant about this, and I realized as I was out over the last 2.5 years, training in the field, traveling, doing meetings, which I look forward to doing many more of those, is the fact that when we illustrate the power of this in simple terms to understand that in life there is a lot of pro-inflammatories, a lot of pro-inflammatories that associate back to just the air we breathe, the food we eat, the stress we have. All of these components are pro-inflammatories. But we find that there's not enough anti-inflammatories out there that actually create a balance within our physiology. So this particular study I find to great significance. And I believe, again, taking advantage and understanding how this assay is an effective component in teaching about SOL and the power of anti-inflammatory creates a great deal of credibility that you can go out there and be very proud to represent seed nutrition, and specifically, again, on this SOL with respect to this study. So what was done with this assay is they basically took a particular protein complex and they introduced an inflammatory effect to that. Okay? So what this did, this triggered this human cell, which, let me note as well, very, very important, that these studies, folks, in fact, I'm going to kind of slow down here for a little bit because I get excited about this, but these studies were done on human cells, okay? Just like the cells in your body, the cells in my body. That's how these studies were done, which is important because many studies aren't done on human tissue. But these ones, the way that Brunswick did, they certainly are. So they introduced this inflammatory property that triggered cellular inflammation. And then they measured what is called the NF-kappa B, this expression that basically what this tells you when you look at a 33% inhibition of the inflammatory partner NF-kappa B, that is in essence bringing down that inflammation that's in your body. Now, it's important to note that acute inflammation, such as you get a sliver in your finger or you get a cut, your body needs to create some inflammation so it can go to work and repair that. But when we're talking about chronic inflammation, inflammation at a cellular level, inflammation that can lead to so many let's call them nasties and issues, okay, throughout life and your day-to-day, this is where this NF-kappa B will help, again, inhibit that inflammation. So when you can, again, create an environment within your body, your physiology, and the science here shows that there is a 33% inhibition of that inflammatory marker, that's why, again, we see so many elements of people in their testimonials. One of the main questions we go and ask people, because it's such an easy question, is, do you know anybody with pain? Well, pain, again, directly ties back to some inflammation, and most people are going to say, either, yes, I know someone with some inflammation, or pain, or I have some pain. And then again, we can go through and demonstrate that through this natural product, Seed Nutrition, there's a 33% inhibition of that inflammatory marker, and it is why people feel so much better. Very, very significant with respect to that study. Furthermore, when we looked at the anti-aging assay, this is a very important element, again, because we know that everybody wants to slow the aging process down. And this is so important that I truly want to read through this paragraph just because of the importance of it. And it goes again. Cellular anti-aging assay, the SIRT-1, measures the anti-aging ability of a material using the SIRT-1 production, again, in human cells as a biomarker for anti-aging. SIRT-1 is a protein that is believed to play an important role in longevity and reduction of age-related diseases. Previous studies have shown that when mammals age, the SIRT-1 expression decreases, where induction and activation of the SIRT-1 has been associated with extended lifespan. These studies have triggered their search for SIRT-1 activators that may be used as a dietary supplement to promote health and longevity. So again, here we have SOL, where we took this SIRT-1, and then we introduced this SIRT-1 into the SOL formulation within these human cells, and we had a 62% increase of the stimulation of that anti-aging enzyme SIRT-1. So again, what this demonstrates to us is that we are extending that SIRT-1 by 62%. And if we can slow down that aging process, keeping those cells alive in a happier, healthier environment, which there's a natural process there, it's called aging, but if we slow that down and extend that SIRT-1, then we start seeing this anti-aging effect. But what's significant about this is it's not superficial. It's not on the exterior of our body that we might put a product, but rather this product going internally and having this significant impact of 62%, folks. So again, I get very, very excited when I get in and start understanding the science behind our products. It will make you bulletproof, for lack of a better term. When people come and try to shoot this down, you can demonstrate with great confidence that the science speaks, that there's, again, no fact that the product's on trial, but rather, again, it's demonstrating that when we can stimulate this SIRT-1 enzyme by 62%, very significant. And also, I want to point out that there's no cellular toxicity at the concentrations tested. Now, I want to pause here for a moment and going to illustrate that there's toxicity in everything. If you had too much water, right, then you could have toxicity. So the amount of SOL that one person can take will vary for you. You just listen to your body. There's folks that will take 10 packets a day if they're going through something. You know, they're most part, people will take 1 pack. We recommend 2 packs because, again, when we go back to the balance of life, the pro-inflammatories, we need significant anti-inflammatories. And then again, through the aging process, we need to again introduce these products that have been proven to have that significant impact for our physiology. Now again, we look at the antioxidant assay as well. Most people get and understand the antioxidants that are in so many products out there. And a lot of times they are really oversold, to be honest, because you'll see antioxidants in soda pop. You'll see antioxidants. I've seen it in fingernail polish, ladies. I've seen this antioxidants in pretty much everything. But the truth of the matter is, unless you know how and what they're testing that particular antioxidant against, then you can make anything look better than anything else just by, again, them not explaining what the study's actually on. So again, what Brunswick has done, and is really on the forefront of this, is they look at the 5 predominant reactive species found in the body: preoxyl radicals, hydroxyl radicals, preoxide nitrate, superoxide anion, and singlet oxygen. Those are what they refer to as an ORAC 5.0. It really helps study, again, the broad spectrum of the antioxidants that are in particular products. So if you can find a product that has a significantly high score with the broad spectrum of the 5 predominant species, now we're talking. Let's go find apples to apples when we just respect to these products. Because when you look at the average of what Brunswick tests, they come with a score of 56. Ours, 144 on Sol. So you can see how of all the products that Brunswick has tested, and trust me, there has literally been thousands of products, that Sol, again, supersedes that by more, well, nearly triple the amount. Very, very important to note. Also, I want to make a big deal about the fact that, again, we are non-GMO. Most people understand that GMO stands for genetically modified organisms. We do not use genetically modified organisms because, again, these particular organisms that are seeds or whatnot are actually put in within their DNA, as this bottom line says, within pesticides and whatnot, and then they're consumed by people. So again, if we use genetically modified seeds, they're now having other properties in there that are going to cause more damage. So we work very hard to ensure that all of our seeds, through studies, tests, and sources, that they're all non-GMO. Furthermore, we are working to get part of the non-GMO project, which is a fantastic program of an organization that really wants to be champions, again, for non-GMO. So again, high-level components on the Sol continues to impress. But as you read through that, it definitely speaks to science, and for the most part, it is pretty deep. But realize that the proof is in the pudding on that, or let's say the proof is in the Sol, so that you can go out there and be more confident with respect to the product. Now, let's move into Core a little bit, because Core, folks, is one of these products that is an absolutely critical for daily consumption. Sol, of course, is the flagship product. You need it. You must have it. But when it comes to, again, the scope of our products with Seed Nutrition, this continues to not only impress, but dominate when it comes to, again, the need of, again, these particular products within our physiology. So moving into, again, some of the studies, first of all, they looked at what proanthocyanins, and it's important to note that the PACs are a proanthocyanin A, or A-type proanthocyanins. But this is a large and important family of plant-based compounds. They are a class of nutrients belonging to the flavonoid family, which, again, if you look up flavonoids, there are just simply a myriad of health benefits with them. And then when they look at, and they did a study on, again, how high of PACs are in Core, our formulation, 67% higher than the USDA's top fruits. And that right there demonstrates that, again, you're getting all of the source of all those nutrients through this one product, and perfectly named Core, because it truly is a core element to, again, our health and our nutrition. When we talked about ORAC and oxidative stress, very impressive to point out, again, same studies were done as I just outlined, that Core delivers 3 times the comprehensive antioxidant production than most of all the fruits and vegetables, based, again, on the USDA and Brunswick labs. But it's important to note, actually, that the singlet oxygen in Core is way high. In fact, 8 times the protective power than the USDA's top fruits and vegetables against the singlet oxygen. So here, again, at Rain, we don't simply go out there and fluff it up. We simply say, look, the science is showing us that these products are, again, so critically important. But the last study here on core that I really am an absolute champion and I have a massive testimonial to is the fact that this particular IL-1B, which is an interleukin-1 beta inhibition. Folks, when there are high levels of interleukin-1 beta found in the physiology, their immune response does not work as effective. So when they went in and they studied this, if we could inhibit the amount of IL-1B produced in our physiology, then our immune response is going to work tremendously better. So when there's a 61% inhibition of that particular biomarker that's preventing our immune system from working to its fullest, don't you think that has significance? Don't you think in our day and age that with all the other nasties out there that we need to ensure that we're giving our immune system a boost that it needs? This particular product, ever since we came out September 2014, myself, my wife, my daughter, and my son have taken this product every day. And I will just simply say this. It is my experience that because of this core product, my family is most definitely more healthy. And I can just simply express that in words. I'm not in a place, I'm not going to go and make claims or anything, but I will just tell you, in years past versus the last couple of years, there is a notable difference. And so regardless, again, if core is the most palatable thing or not, they have therapeutic quantities of ingredients that are giving these results so that, again, there is going to be consistent and regular use of that. There's been more times than not, and with great confidence, I will tell somebody, if you are, again, spending money on products, over-the-counter, supplements, whatever they may be getting, that they really need to transfer those monies towards these products because, again, this goes to the source of nutrition, and the science here simply backs up the fact that, again, if we can start really being, balancing our inflammation, if we can really start extending our cellular life, our SIRT1, if we can start increasing the ability of our immune system to respond, we're going to see, again, all of these dramatic testimonials. But, again, very important to say that there's balance being created. Balance both be created in, again, the environments that we live in, but even simply when you look at Rain International as a whole, I want you to become balanced. Be balanced to realize that we have an opportunity here with the financial aspect that's tremendous, and we've given you an opportunity. Byron has given you an opportunity to be able to take this source of nutrition and go out there and leverage for an income aspect. But it's because of, again, the balance in being an absolute champion for this product. So if you can continue to show people through the science of these products that there's going to need to be recurring orders, meaning there's residual orders, that means residual income, and that's what leads to real opportunity. And the fact that we here at Rain International are champions for seeds, meaning that we are the category of categories, it gives us, again, great confidence to go out there and demonstrate that these results, although point to core, soul, form, fused, are also in this category of the healthy attributes, setting these standards very high for the industry. That's why we're getting the attention that we are. Because, again, we don't need to go to some dramatic story. Seeds make sense. The science is simple. We simply need to go be champions and build that belief. There's not one person that can come up to me and tell me otherwise. And the fact is I know you believe that as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be spending time on this presentation with me. So again, here's the call to action. Here's what I encourage you to do. Take some time, print those studies off, and read through them. And then understand, again, the basics. Balance in inflammation. Balance in, again, aging. Watching, again, how these products from an antioxidant standpoint are so much more tremendous than any other product out there. So if something calls into question, then you look at that and you say, let's really see what they're studying it against. And let's get to the point where we're comparing the exact same studies. Because you'll start to see that when they really come out and they say, this is what we tested it on, core, soul are going to, again, because of the concentration of those seeds, you get to be able to come out of that conversation having the upper hand. We love and we're focused in exactly what we're doing. We're being champions for seed nutrition, and I know you are as well. So again, take some time, take a look at that, but getting this information will again arm you with more power to go out there and make a difference. Realize again that this information I shared with you tonight is no mind-boggling science, but other than the facts that keep it simple and demonstrate through these documents. And then plug in, again, as we get more studies that are coming in on Form, that are coming in on Fused, you will see, again, how powerful seed nutrition is as we continue to demonstrate this through the science that we will bring out, that we will have coming out. You're going to absolutely love where we're at because, again, this isn't a 1 or 2 or 3 year project. This is a 25, 30, 50-year project. Right? So again, the fact that you're in the right place at the right time, without that being cliche, it is the honest to goodness truth that, again, those folks that engage now, champions for now, and what we have, you will continue to see it will just get better and better and better, which again gives you more confidence to again introduce the opportunity from a financial aspect because you're introducing products that are not like any other out there. So I can go on and on. I get very excited about that. But folks, let's continue to go out there, make it rain, do some research, become more confident, more belief, and you will see your organizations grow and grow and grow. So thank you again. Have a great evening. Let's go out there and make it rain. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.